Am I visible?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, we'll be starting shortly. Hello everybody, we're back. Ooh, I think you're hearing me double. This is better, a lot better. All right, hey all. Welcome to a new stream of Abbey Games. We're gonna stream Godhood because we have a new exciting update coming up. And we wanna share that with you. Behind me is Manuel, right over there. And Marta is right over here. Oh, watch out for your headphone. Yeah. And we wanna show you all the progress that we have been making in the last 3 months since our last update. It all still looks the same. You can still see the same create your own religion banner over here. That's something we're probably gonna update. And it's still over here as well. But I assure you, a lot has changed on the game. What do I have been doing? Maybe you notice it looks a little bit different. It's not Rick, it's me this time, Adrian. Hello, nice to meet you if I've never seen you before, if you've never seen me before. And we are in a new office, so that's also quite different. A lot of things have happened in the last 2 months. So we have been a little bit quiet, but we have been working very hard on improving Godhood, given all the feedback we received from a lot of you guys. So we're gonna go through this. Let's start out with a new game. We also see a lot of things that are work in progress, so not everything is exactly as it should be yet. We're going to do Serene because I am a coward now. Because when we're doing a beta test, it's much easier to go through Serene, and whenever something goes wrong, I have a good save game to fix things. So it's just better safe than sorry. There we go. And first thing, as always in Godhood, you have to create your own God. We're gonna play generosity. So we're gonna make a generous God, and I would like to have some input on this. What will be a good God name or a good religion name? Because we're gonna test out one of the new commandments, which is generosity. So think of a generous God. I would love to hear something out of that. We'll randomize a few times, see if there's something that tickles your fancy. Something like this, very generous with a lot of arms. Or it's perfect, right? There's nothing wrong with this. Oh, Midas, I like Midas. That is no, that's not right. Well, he needs a little bit of more godly name, just like, I don't know, God Midas, or Midas the boy wonder god, something like that. Ooh, yeah, there was a generous person in Renowned Explorers. Who was the Sheik? That's a good one. Midas the Sheik is our god name. Yeah, I don't think he looks exactly like this, but we'll get there in a bit. Light. Need a good color. I'm gonna go with, I guess I'm gonna go with orange. I don't know why. I think it's a generous color. Orange, maybe. This. It's a bit more easy on the eye. A light god, and we're gonna customize it a little bit. Let's see. This is a generous body type. Or oh man, so much to choose from. I never know what to do. Okay, well, let's click if you're in. Yeah. This one looks a little bit generous. He looks cool. Give him different wings, nice tail, like this, and color him. Ooh, that's a lot of orange. Gonna need a nice complementing color there. Oh, a lot of hands. Yes. Okay, we're gonna give him a lot of hands. Oh, that's all. There's the money. We're so generous. I love this one. Looks so nice and silly. I love this one. But I think yes. Oh man, that's one big. Yeah. Okay, we'll go for it. We'll go for it. The name of our religion. We need a name for this religion. It's too much. It's too much. I can't handle the number of arms. It's too much for me. We're gonna go a little bit more peaceful. This one. Name for our religion. The Golden. Yes, I like that one. The Golden. We're set on that one. And our followers are called Dutch. No. Our followers are called the full. Oh, Xatsip. Xatsips. The Xatsips believe that Midas the Sheik is the god that brings us the truth. The truth carries the name the Golden. Yeah, I think we can pass for this. I think this is a pretty generous looking god. Does it look like somebody who, I don't know, will give me a bread in the morning or something? Be all cool with it. We're okay with this. We're gonna skip the intro for now so we can move a little bit faster. So let's go. There we go. As you can see, in our development build, we can even go over greed, but it's not done yet, sadly. So we are gonna go for generosity. Yes, I'm sure generosity is a virtue. I think we all agree generosity is a virtue. there we are. You're already seeing, if you're familiar with the game, the first big difference. I'm skipping the intro, so there's no tutorial or anything like that. So the game just throws you in. The first big change that we're going through right now is the choosing of the destined mission. So if you remember from the previous version, you would do your things over here. You'll be doing your assignments, you will be influencing your disciples. And then after a timer ticked off, you would be going to a mission. Well, that's something that always has been bothering us a little bit, because a lot of the choices that you make in this screen were actually based on the mission you were going to do. So we changed it around. So first, you pick a destined mission, a place where you're going. And here's the second change. The world map is totally different. You're not seeing any lines or the generic little hack styles. You're actually seeing our first version of an island, and we're gonna go and traverse through this island, and in the end go to the old city and convert this island. Once we convert that island, we'll get a choice to go to another island to convert another group of people which have a different belief. Maybe they're cannibals, maybe they love art. We don't know. That's something we're gonna find out. So we're gonna start out with a destined mission. You're gonna click on a mission that you can do. Now we only have the choice for one mission. We can see what is going on here. There's a lot going on here that I'll talk about later. You can see your opponents, these godless people that really need some converting to generosity. Look at this girl over here. She's definitely greedy, and we don't want greedy people on our island. We're gonna set it as a destined mission. That's a big change, because now I can always see what I'm going to do next. You can see it in the bottom right corner over here. I can click on it and see what I was going to do, so I can prepare myself better for the upcoming mission. This mission is going to be pretty easy. They're just 3 normal disciples. For the people who never played Godhood or never saw a movie of Godhood, the game is in essence pretty simple. You're trying to spread your religion, and as you're spreading your religion, it's developing. To spread your religion, you got your disciples over here. This one is even a prophet. He's really cool. You have to develop and guide your disciples within this view over here, and they will become stronger, and you will send them out on missions to convert other people. Those missions are sort of the easiest way would be, say, it's an auto battler system. You put your disciples in, they have their disciples, and they will try to convince each other. They can convince each other with words, and they can convince each other with punches. And we'll get there soon, but that's the most important part of the game. If you convert them, you'll get more followers, you'll get resources, you can develop your religion further. And if you lose, you gotta get back and maybe learn your disciples some new miracles. So here again, there's a lot of change. There is a lot of change going on. Normally, for the people who have played it, there was a button over here that would say like assign a disciple. Well, we found out that a lot of people got stuck playing the game because they couldn't find necessarily where the button was or where the development was, etc., etc. And also the flow was not really great. You often had no idea what you exactly were doing or had to do purely UI-wise. So we changed that as well. Another thing is you're not seeing the timer anymore. The timer is replaced by these 2 actions. Now, between missions, you as a god have a limited number of god actions. I have 2 right now. Those god actions I can use to inspire one of my disciples to do something. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to inspire one of these disciples with one of these buttons. These are the inspire buttons to do something. I'm going to go with Zoe. So This is already different as well. Instead of having all the things on the map, which works out pretty fine at the start, but once you get more stuff going on, you might even forget you built something and you don't know what to do or to assign with them. You can assign them directly through this UI. And we have two things here. We have the ritual, perform rituals to permanently increase the disciple stats. That's something we had in the previous build, but it was a bit pushed away. And we have dreams, appear in dreams to temporarily boost your disciple for your next mission. These are the core things of your game. These are the things that you will be doing to increase in power and to prepare yourself for missions, so you can get more stuff and you can develop your religion further. Depending on whether you think your next mission is going to be hard or not, you can choose to dream, which has strong temporary boosts, or you can choose to do a ritual, which has permanent boosts. We're going to go for, we're going to do both. Let's start with a ritual. At start, you only have one ritual, which is a converting ritual. It's pretty easy. You get a number of shards, as we call them, of the stat type that you're doing the ritual for. So this is a devotion ritual, this one over here, devotion. And if I do this ritual, I will get one shard. Yeah, the tooltip goes away if I hover over it, but you can see it right there. If I fill up this bar with enough shards, I'll get +1 devotion. Of course, later on, I can boost that, so it goes a lot quicker. So let's start out. This is gonna be a small, minor improvement of my character. As you can see, the time goes on immediately. Let's zoom in a little bit more so we can see them go around. So if I go to Zoe right now, Zoe has one little shard. This is not a great way to improve your character. It goes really slow. We're gonna have to do better than that in the future. So let's look at dreams right now. Let's prepare Isel. I think Isel needs a new name, by the way. Let's customize Isel a little bit. Let's see. Well, he looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool, but I'm gonna call him Kraton because Kraton is talking nicely. Kraton is there. And we're gonna prepare Kraton. Let's see. Oh yeah, Liro. Okay, Liro also has to go there. This one definitely looks like Liro. Absolutely, is exactly 100% his picture. So let's dream with Kraton. So dreams, you can influence there. The images are still work in progress. We're still working on that. Ooh, vampire. No, that's very good. First, sorry. I do need to make him a vampire. That is very important. I'm going to be a little bit more generous. That perfect. Vampire man. The generous vampire. That's who he is. So, back to dreams. Sorry. Back to dreams. Dreams you can use to temporarily boost your character. We're gonna go through it a little bit quick. This one gives faith. Faith is important for almost everything. And you have dream points, so you can dream about something. So maybe Kraton is dreaming about the vision of Midas the Sheik, which I want to read as Midas the Shrek. Shrek would have been a great god, by the way. And he's gonna dream about falling in love, making him deal more morale damage. There he goes. And he's off dreaming. Now he's done. Oh, I think I have some debug things on. Yes. See, so good of me. So now we gotta get some extra boosts over here. Lido's also dreaming of falling in love. And so is Nox, also dreaming of falling in love. And a ritual for Lido. So what happened there is that I had a debug thing going on that my actions were not being spent, so I could test things easier. But now I spent my 2 actions. I did a little bit more than that, but I spent my 2 actions, and now it's time for me to go on the mission. So we go on the mission. This is also looks different. Now you'll see a direct, who's your direct opponent when you're going to do the mission. Yeah, it looks pretty straightforward. Leo is up against this guy. DS1, that's the one we want to have, is up against Nox, and Kraton is fighting this godless person. So we're gonna go. We're gonna start the mission. So point of the game is, right now, there's not much that we can do. We prepared ourselves, and we have to see if our preparation was enough to convert these people. So it's looking pretty good for us right now. They're nervous, which is flickering, so they're not doing much. And Nox is offering them food, and they cannot resist it. I'm gonna pause here a little bit and tell you about another change that we made. As you might have noticed, the awe points are gone. Instead, you have a group of followers that was standing over here, and you're trying to convert them to your side. The first one who gets over half of the people to cheer on his or her side, or a half of the people to cheer on his or her side, that one will be the winner of the Sacrament, and will convert this mission. This mission has been a success if you've been able to do that. How it goes is that the morale abilities, so for example, offer food or condemn, they have more effect on the crowd. So you will convert more people with them, but they will have less effect on the HP of your opponent. Because another way to win, instead of filling up this bar, instead of converting all these little people to your side, you can also just knock their teeth out. If you knock everybody out, you're also a winner. It's a little bit different. It's not conversion with the heart and soul, but more with like the iron fist. It goes even further. If you knock somebody out, a lot of their people, if they have been converted, they will think like, yeah, maybe it's not a great idea to side with these guys, and they will go back to the middle. So you can actually remove followers. You can unconvert them by knocking somebody out. Same happens to you too, of course. If one of your guys get knocked out, you will lose followers as well. So there we go. We won because we have more than half of the people converted. And the vampire is now level up. So there we go. So I have 4 classes to choose from. This is not something that changed. We just removed 2 classes because we thought it was a little bit too much. We can see what the talent of the character is. His character has high cunning and poor devotion. That will make him a pretty decent guardian. So the vampire guardian. That seems okay. We'll go for it. And here's another new thing. It's a new thing every moment in this game. After you have converted after you succeeded a mission and converted an area, you will get the choice between some rewards. In this case, it's scaling. The rewards get better as we go. So we're gonna pick the last reward. But depending on what you're going to do, which mission you're doing, and how many crystal skulls you have, you'll get different rewards. You can see it over here. So if I have only a few crystal skulls left, I will only have the opportunity to pick one of the 3 rewards. Do I have 4 or 3 crystal skulls left? I can pick 2 of the 3, or I can choose between 2 of the 3 possible rewards. If I have more, I'm in the gold zone basically. I can pick any of the 3 rewards that are there. Normally, you will end up somewhere here, maybe here. But if you're doing really well, you might convert a whole island without getting out of the gold zone. So you will be able to pick up a lot of cool big rewards as you are converting them. So the faster you convert the people, the more and the bigger the rewards that you get. So now it's time for us to pick a destined mission again. We only have one choice at this moment. And you can even see that the major reward here is that I gain materials every time I do a mission, which is pretty good. So definitely something that I want to have. We're going to set it as a destined mission. Now, for the people who haven't played Godhood yet, I have the opportunity to do a miracle with Liro. A miracle is a way to permanently level up your disciple. To do a miracle, the button is there, I need to make a miracle building. And that's where we go to another new part of this update. And that is the manage the city view. In this view, I can choose between any of the buildings that I can make in my holy city. I can unlock new classes if I wish to do that. So for example, maybe for our religion, the druid is going to be really important. But then first have to unlock it. Depending on your commandment, some will be cheap, some will be unlocked already, and some will be expensive to unlock. And last but not least, the traditions. The traditions are global upgrades. So for example, here's an upgrade to gain an extra God action. And here is an upgrade that will make following disciples that I will gain as I progress through the game stronger. And here are upgrades to make my dreams better. I have more options to do more and better dreams. But first, we want to do a miracle. So Liro is a guardian, and I know that a guardian needs health. So I'm going to build this herder's hut. Well, since the city is now a free place, I can just pick a nice place. I think the llama should be herding pretty close to that. Nice and dangerous. Those llamas like to live on the edge. It's because they're generous or something. And now there's a nice little group of llamas, and it's time for Lido to go there and perform a miracle. So we can choose a miracle, and here is the herder miracle, which grants bonus health. Let's do that. Well, as you can see, Lido is not done yet with this miracle. Doing a miracle costs time, a lot of time. It costs one mission exactly. So Lido will be unavailable for the next mission. We're gonna need a new disciple to fill up his slot. So we're gonna recruit new disciples. There they are. These are our two new disciples. They look like very good replacements for Lido. We have a Darian who has the dog totem. He gives him a talent for strength, but his charisma is pretty poor. I don't know what you're talking about. And we have Tei, which is a parakeet totem. Charisma is really good, but cunning, quite poor. Well, this depends. So I'm gonna ask you, do we wanna go a bit more physical, spread generosity a little bit more assertively, or are we gonna be kind as we're spreading generosity? What do you guys think? Depending on one or the other, we could go with either a Darian or Tei. If I had to pick, well, the Chieftain is a fun class. I'd like to do that, but Chieftain goes with both. They both have a good Chieftain outlook. Something else that we could do. I see a Tei. Yeah, Tei is pretty nice. What more could we do? What more could we do? Oh, Adarian's a bit... Okay, Tei. Okay, definitely. Okay, Tei, the grumpy one. We're gonna initiate Tei. That means that we're probably gonna spread our religion a little bit more peaceful. We'll have to take that into account as we're furthering our religion, making new buildings and declaring different things holy. So I still have quite some materials left, and the materials can be used to buy new things, like more miracle places. I don't need them right now. Classes, I can't buy them right now, but I could also get another God action. It might be useful. So we're gonna wait with that a little bit, because I don't think we need it right now, but it could be useful to have that in the future. We still have one action left before we go on a mission again. So we can choose, let's see. Well, Tei is our new favorite, of course. I mean, well, Kraton's also. Oh, Kraton's also. Like, let's go for Kraton. I think we can handle this one. You can see the power of the characters, which is sort of their average stat. And well, our guys are not that strong yet, but Nox is. Nox is the prophet of the golden. So we don't need to dream, probably. We don't need to prepare for that directly. So Kraton is going to do a ritual. Let's go for... Ooh, your health is really low, Kraton. Well, luckily for that, you can go here and do a ritual to increase your health. So Kraton now has 2 shards. As you see, since we built the herder, we have a health option to perform to increase with the rituals. And the health option is pretty nice because we're gonna need it. And it gives 2 shards instead of 1 shard. So next time we're gonna use it, Kraton will get a +1 on health, which is nice. There we go. Time to convert this pagan songsmith. There we go. So I expect Nox to do most of the heavy lifting here. Nox is way stronger than Kraton and Tei are right now, but Kraton and Tei will get there. Yeah, you could see like, Kraton, you don't have to punch anybody yet. We're gonna be nice. You could see that Nox had like 16 people were converted because of what Nox said, while only 2 people were converted by Kraton's stick slap. Still 2 people, but it's not too much. Tei is doing well. Tei is talking. Yeah, we're gonna do fine. Nox is gonna offer food. And no, Kraton. Well, it was enough, I guess. It's the punch that the people needed to get converted for real. And now Kraton can have a class. Let's see. Kraton has the droplet talent. So his devotion is pretty good, but his cunning is poor. Devotion goes well with the zealot. And his charisma ain't bad either. So I think we're good. Kraton is our zealot. You go, Kraton. Tell him about generosity. Tell him about the golden. And meet us, the sheik. Again, now we can choose one of the 3 different rewards because we have so many crystal skulls. So, well, I could go for 50 materials if I want to do it immediately, go for that 240 materials, but I think it's time to invest in our economy. So we're going to do 5 materials per mission gained. There we go. And for the last time, you only have 1 choice. I'm going to go for this place. Yes, this is our destined mission. And there is the first miracle of Leto. Some of the herd had gone missing. Leto felt inspired by Midas the Sheik and went out to search in the jungle. When Leto returned, a whole new flock full of younglings was following her. Is there her? I thought it was a him. Leto is the shepherd of my flock. Definitely a him. Or it's not PG-13. Blessed be Leto. He has a new ability that he gained because he has done a miracle, which is Life Strike. That's too bad. We wanted to be a little bit more kind, but sometimes we have to bring in the big guns. Have somebody punch a little sense in them. Who knows? Maybe at some point we can make him be a bit more defensive. On the other hand, his cunning is pretty good. This is a natural cunning gain. It's 2.2. It's pretty nice. Which goes well with his new Life Strike ability because it's scaling on cunning, as you can see in the tooltip, the cunning bonus. It's only +1 now, but it could improve quite a lot. Blessed be Leto. Let's see. Now, this one is jumping around. This is our religious development. You can see over here. This hasn't changed much since last time, except that now you just buy them. You can pick one when your bar here is completed. You can go to establish a commune for everybody to be nice and kind and generous to each other. Or we can promote patronage. So we're going to go into the fields of arts being more important, religious art. Which one do you think we should pick? Commune or the arts? We're going to grow into a god of artistry or a god of community? Are we going to grow together, or are we more going to inspire patron saints and patron poets? What do you guys think? Both are great. Yes, but I can choose. I have to do something. Patronage. More or less. We're gonna go patronage then. That's big patronage. The Golden tells us that the greatest way to share is through art. Thank you, the Golden. So now Kraton is ready for a miracle. Kraton is a speaker kind of type, so we probably want to do some storytelling miracle with him. Put that close to our city center. Do a miracle, let him speak. We could also improve his health first. We could have done it. Oh, Leto, when he's exhausted, he doesn't want to go on the next Sacrament. Too bad for him, because I want Kraton to stay, so Leto has to come with us. He will have to. Hey, Ice Napoleon. Which is too bad. Like, we could have also first increased his health. Could have used our other god action to do that. But yeah, we already made our choice. Could have been better. Could also get that other new juicy god action. We're gonna buy that. Now we're up to 3, which gives us a little bit more time to do more actions. Let's go to a ritual. I'm feeling pretty confident, and I want Leto to gain some devotion. So we can use those 2 god actions to increase his devotion by 1. So it was 6, but boom, now it's 7. We're getting +1 because we filled the bar. As you continue, the bar becomes bigger, of course, so you can, well, it's less effective to like put all your resources into one guy. And it's a mechanic that we're pretty happy with. We could touch up a little bit more. We have some fantasies that would be pretty cool with this. But right now it really gives like an option for you to do some long-term investment that's not only your miracles. Gives you a little bit more power to tweak your character towards what you want it to do. So now we're still in the easy zone. So we're just gonna do our thing. Leto, well, we know that he doesn't want to go, so he has to rest things on his mind. He has a big chance to not really perform so well, but probably Nox is gonna say, knock it out of the park, knocks it out of the park. Something interesting, the Nox is a cook. Let's go back a little bit, take a look at Nox. It's the, this looks cool. That is such a weird character. Yeah, okay, Nox, this is better. It's the cook. It's the cook. It's a cookie cook. The cook is the unique class of the generous commandment. They're a nature class, although they do have the ability to learn a divine ability as well. And their specialty is they can boost your morale. So disciples on your team will do more morale damage. But all in all, and he also has strong moves like this one, Share Bounty, deals high nature damage, but also gives more physical damage to the enemy. So can be a little bit dangerous, giving all that food. Being generous might backstab you a little bit. And as all classes, the cook also has his own passive, which is the banquet. The banquet lowers the cunning and the knowledge of the enemy. That's pretty good if you're fighting or up against like Beastmaster, which is really a cunning type of class. Or it might be really good against those really annoying disciples that keep dodging or defying all of your abilities or all of your speeches. So we're pretty cool with Nox here. Nox is gonna lower the damage output of this character as well, and it will be easier for us to hit it. So let's go. Let's do this. Let's see if there are questions in the meantime. So one of the questions, do I have questions that I need to answer? I'll look at Manuel.
Yeah, the one about the folklore buffs.
Sorry?
The one about the folklore buffs.
The folklore buffs. Yes. Yes, we still have the folklore buffs. Are descendants of disciples more rare now or removed? It's something that I'm still looking into. There are still folklore buffs. There are still things that are happening as you choose that will influence the coming generations. But it didn't change much. It's still sort of the same as it was before. It's just a little bit more in your control, I think. So, as expected, we win really hard. And we can unlock a class for Tei, our very, very angry Tei. Now I'm thinking, the Zealot has a really cool ability. The Zealot has, whenever an ally crits, the Zealot uses Lecture, their base Divine Morale ability. So we could go for like a crit kind of build. I think that would be pretty cool. And it would not be bad to have two Zealots in that case. So I might go with Tei being a Zealot too, Kraton and Tei being our sort of Zealot team. It's an important part of Godhood that there's going to be teams and team synergies. One character does this and another character reacts on that. We're still making content for that and refining that, but it's a really fun, satisfying part of the game. And now I'm going to show another thing, which is one of my favorite small changes. The number of followers you convert, as you saw back in the Sacrament, there were 80 followers to convert, and the opponent only converted 2 of them, and we converted the 78 others of them. We'll actually get 78 followers to add to our tally of our religion, and we'll also get 78 materials. All those followers are bringing their tithe to us. So the better you do in a Sacrament, the more rewards you'll get. So there's a big push for you to do as good as you can. So let's see. We're going to invest in the future. No, I'm going to go for the 50 rituals this time. I want to show you a little bit more about that. So here we go. Now we'll have the choice between 3 different missions for the first time. We opened up sort of the first part of the map. We could go straight for the boss. The boss looks a little bit stronger than us. You can see they have a power 10 Weaver, which is a dark class. It's a power 10 Chieftain and a power 7 Acolyte. We only have Nox that's that strong, so that might be a bit too early for us. Instead, we are going to go for these pagan zealots. If we defeat those pagan zealots, we'll get the development spark, which is needed to gain a new development. So let's go. We're going to set this as the destined mission. Kraton told an amazing story of Midas the Sheik's exploit to some Xatsips. The story was so well told that if it came alive in a nearby fire, right over there, and all the listeners learned about Midas the Sheik, while Kraton was too enraptured to notice the miracle itself. So it is a miracle myth. All stories about me are true. There it is, Xetsip, and has learned blessing. This is fun because this was part of our strategy. Deals lesser divine morale damage and raises the crit chance of all allies. Skills with devotion. That's pretty cool. We wanted to have a lot of crits in there, so good job, Kraton. Blessed be Kraton. And Tay is now up for a miracle. Well, so we want to have a lot of crits, and crits on morale characters scale with knowledge, as you can see here in the second bullet point. Crit chance of morale attacks. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna build a meditation site. Nice away, close to the mountains. So Tay can meditate in peace. There she's going. Go with your flying book and ponder on the truth of Midas the Sheik. Yeah, that's great. Good going, girl. On the other hand, Leto, not so happy with our situation, and we're gonna force him to go to another Sacrament again. Too bad for Leto. So what does Faith do? Faith does a few things. It influences the effectiveness of some rituals. Like a miracle could become stronger. Well, the basic miracles at least can become stronger if your faith is higher. And things like gathering resources are much, much better if your faith is high. Because we actually have an option to make a material gatherer. We're gonna make that one too. Put it right over here. So now things get a little bit more complicated. We have a material gatherer over here. We would have the option to go now to the resource tab, which we just added, and let Leto collect materials. We're not gonna do that for two reasons. One, Leto is down on faith, so the amount of materials he's gonna collect is gonna be pretty low. Depending on your faith, you might gather 1, 2, or 3 materials per power of your character. So since he has low faith, he probably will only gather like 7-ish materials. It's not worth it. Second, this action takes a whole mission to complete. It's actually them focusing on getting as many materials as they can instead of focusing on a mission. And we're gonna need Libro again to, convert those pagans. So Leto, I'm sorry, we're gonna go with you again. I think you'll survive. And let's see. Instead, Kraton already... Oh yeah, Kraton almost had enough health, so we can do that. That's a ritual. Let's go there. Also, I just got 50 offerings, and you probably were wondering what are going to use these offerings for right now. Well, offerings can be used to boost the effectiveness of a lot of the rituals that are going on. So let's say we want Nox to be a little bit more charismatic. Do we want to be like, there's a knowledge bonus, knowledge. Oh, we actually want her to be more knowledgeable. We can go to a ritual and boost the effectiveness of this knowledge ritual by spending 20 offerings on it. Instead of getting 2 shards, as you can see right over here, if I could hover over it, I get 4 shards. I could boost it even more with 40. It's going to be a bit expensive, and I will get 6 shards instead of 4 shards. Well, I need 4, as you can see here. So I'm going to go for 4 shards and boost that knowledge up by 1. Yes, Nox is done. If I go to the stats tab, you see like I have a +1 that I gained from rituals. We already had that on Kraton as well. He has +1 health, and Leto has +1 devotion. He has +1 devotion, but his faith is not so good. Also, when faith is low, when a character is down or has abysmal faith, he might lose a bond. He also loses a bond the moment that he is broken in a sacrament. And if he loses all his bonds, he is gonna leave your religion for good. So we don't want that. We actually want him to have his faith restored quickly, and we hope we can do that after the next sacrament. but we're not going to give him a hard target. Okay, now it's going to come something interesting. I'm going to put Kraydon over here, and I'm going to put Nox over here. There's a big green arrow, something that we heard a lot about. There's actually this elemental wheel going on. Divine beats ancestral, ancestral beats life, life beats dark, dark beats nature, and nature beats divine. But now you can actually see it if you move it around. Like if I put it over there, the arrow is equal. So this way, we know we have an advantage. So before I continue, I'm going to take a look if there are more questions. Let's see. The brothel loops, send them out to the brothel, always make them pray. Does the one between the two paths let you cross paths? No. You can't really cross paths in that sense. I can take a little quick look at it before we move on. So this is what it looks like. It's just like the old commandments. There are two sort of ways to interpret the generosity. War has like 2 ways as well. It has like savagery and honor. With generosity, we have patronage and commune. There are a few in the middle though. Important one is this one, community cooking. We added 1 node to each commandment, which unlocks the special building. So for lust, that will be the brothel. For war, that will be the arena. And for generosity, that will be the cookery. In that place, you can shape your character even a bit more. You can choose between a few passives, passive abilities that are unique to that commandment to shape your character a little bit more. So for example, generosity, I think, has different ways of getting a higher defense depending on your knowledge. But it might also be something that is really elemental driven. For example, every time somebody uses a divine ability, the generous person claims the divinity. It's like, no, my god is the divine one, Midas the Sheik is the divine one, and he will counter that with his own argument. It's pretty expensive to use though. It costs a lot of offerings, but it will give your character a little bit of a boost, and it will also make the sacrament a little bit more generous, a little bit more religious in that sense. And also something that we also changed about development, now I'm busy with that as well. Every part of the tree, so patronage and commune, or in war, savagery and honor, will have its own temple. So it's not anymore that there's one side that gets a miracle and the other side that doesn't get a miracle. Every side has its own unique temple. It has its own unique miracle, which even gives 2 different kinds of miracles. And they're super strong, and they have a scaling story that comes out of it. So for example, if you do the holy raid of savagery, we're gonna see that in a bit when I'm gonna switch saves. Instead of just getting a miracle, you'll get a choice to like convert people in that raid or slay them and take their materials. And every story has a little bit of a different impact. God of Artery might get you more development sparks, so it will be easier for you to go through developments. We're not there yet, but maybe we'll see some of that. So let's go back. So Liro, Nox, which is effective against this godless zealot. And you can also see that if I change, the odds are different. This is a better outcome. So let's go. So why are we doing development sparks instead of followers? Well, it's because followers is a lot harder to pace correctly. I actually want to be able to give you more sparks, quicker development, without also upping your score at the same time or giving you major improvements throughout the game. So followers now are your way to, oh no, they're doing my tactic. Oh no. No. Oof. That's close. Oh no. No! The unguided is great. No, it's not great at all. Okay. So, this also happens. Yeah, that's not good. Quickly, followers are now your way to show how big your religion is. They are used for your score, and they're used for determining whether you're just a cult or a full religion. But the development sparks are used purely for the development. It makes it a lot easier for me to give like developments throughout the game. So else I couldn't do what I'm doing right now. Give you one development spark now actually gives you like, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna increase my speed of getting new developments without changing your score and that kind of stuff. So okay. Yeah, I think it's because Lero fell asleep. I saw him fall asleep. That was not great. I'm happy he's still down and not abysmal. Okay, I don't dare doing this again. I will need to prepare for that. However, since Tei and Kraton are both divine type characters, I think I can do this one, since divine beats ancestral. So we're going to do this one first. And Tei is going to be done with this miracle. As Tei was meditating on Midas the Sheik, a moment of ecstatic revelation struck. The grandness of Midas the Sheik insight almost drove Tei insane. When Tei used their new insight to predict the death of Xetsips, everyone was completely in awe, be driven insane by the truth of my insight. This is a better one. Oh, he can question people. Deals divine morale damage and dazes an opponent. That's good. That's good. So now we have to... Okay, now Lero can finally take a rest. And since he's gonna take a rest, I could make him gather resources. I mean, it's not gonna be much since he's so down. But you gotta do something. So, yeah, we don't want you to be useless, Lero. And then our other characters. Okay. I know that these barbarians, they're gonna hit pretty hard. They have a power of 10. It's pretty high compared to mine. I might have advantage, but I'll have to strike either quickly or really hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna dream. I'm gonna dream about a vision of Midas the Sheik, and I'm gonna dream about falling in love. This will make Kraton deal a little bit more damage. Also, his faith goes up. And if his faith goes up, the chance that he will react on a critical hit of an enemy is going to become bigger. Or of our own critical hits, because that's also our tactic. Our tactic is using this righteousness to score extra hits when somebody else does a critical hit. Pile the misery on top of them. And I'm going to do the same for T. I can also dream. So this turn is going to be a little bit quick. There we go. Come on, guys. Let's convert them. I just hope that they won't knock T out or something. Or poor Kraton already has a little bit of damage. Yes, okay, that's fine. This is perfect. Oh, that's a big... Oh, look at that. Plan succeeded. Way better. Yeah, that was great. That was definitely... I mean, we're gonna get all 100 of the followers and all 100 of the materials. Ah, perfect. A perfect victory. And we're gonna get a relic too. Let's go create a relic, which didn't change yet. Well, since Kraton was being so cool, let's make a Kraton relic. Kraton's chosen llama. 2 might and 2 devotion for all divine classes. This is even better for our strategy, since the zealots are divine classes. Well, do you think we can handle it right now? I mean, I don't think we can. I think we could, but this is not what I'm gonna do. See, Nox is ready to do a miracle. And if I do a miracle with Nox, she will not be available for this specific mission. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a minor mission. You always have the option to do minor missions. That will be the first crystal skull. Then I will do this mission, will be the second crystal skull, and I'm gonna win that one. And then on the last golden crystal skull, I will win these elders. I think it's a good plan. So instead of going for this mission, we're going to go for this minor mission. It's a little bit hidden away, and I think a lot of people will miss it. So that's something we still need to improve. There we go. Yes, allowing Leroy to rest. Finally, Leroy feels better. Now he's even happy with us. And he had 14 materials. We have a chance to do that. Let's see if we have a cool new character. We have two finches. This one has good mental stats and poor health. This one has good mental stats and poor might. I'm gonna go with this finch because, well, we got that upgrade for divine classes, right? And there's another divine class that we can unlock with materials. We could unlock the smite sword. It's a little bit counterintuitive, have this generous god and then go smiting everybody. We're gonna generously smite them. We're gonna smite them just to let them know, like, can you feel the generosity of my power or something like that? It's a little bit off the theme. That's why it's so expensive. We smite them with gifts. That's a perfect thing. We're gonna smite them with gifts. It's just like we're gonna smite them with mercy and like there's even a mercy. It's a judgment. Yeah, we're gonna try that out. We're gonna see if that's gonna work. We're just gonna need a lot of materials for that, and we could also use those materials to get another god action, or we could get an upgrade for one of our buildings. So, for example, a lot of our characters are doing. Let's say there are a lot of them doing this charismatic, this miracle myth. Miracle. We could upgrade this one for 100 materials to get the smoke symbols. The smoke symbols will improve all miracle myths, even retrospectively, giving +1 charisma, +1 might, and +1 devotion. Actually, it's quite a jump in power for a character. And as we go on, you can unlock more stronger upgrades, but they get more expensive as well. So we also need to think about our economy a little bit, how we're going to win hard so we get get the maximum amount of materials. How can we increase the material gain? So for example, we could get this forest gathering, which will get +25 materials when we're gathering. Would have doubled Leroy's output when he was gathering. Or we could make like an offering stockpile. So now we really have a lot of choices. We could go for this offering stockpile, and it will give us a passive ritual offering income, and it will allow us to do offering gathering instead of only material gathering. So yeah, a lot of choices here. What do you guys think? Should we go like for an upgrade, or should we get more offerings so we can upgrade them faster, or should we save up and get that smite sword so we can make that our new fresh disciple Tapa to become a pretty strong smite sword, giving might and charisma, and go for that divine class team where the divine gifts are being given by Midas the Sheik. It's a tough choice. There's a lot of things we can do here. I think what I would do maybe I would invest a little bit more in gathering more materials. I'm not afraid I'm gonna lose the next Sacrament. These are, look at them, they're hopeless. They're practically already converted. So probably I'm gonna invest in forest gathering. And I'm gonna be even more cheeky. First, I'm gonna let Nox do a miracle. Nox likes to have knowledge. I think the cook needs to have knowledge of the right recipes. So we have a few of knowledge abilities over here. So Nox is gonna do the meditation miracle. Yeah, you go over there where this person is standing. Yeah. Think about new recipes, Nox. Yes. Pasta carbonara. Pizza. Very good, very good. And then I'm gonna pick my highest power character. I think that's Creton. He has 8. He's pretty happy too. And I'm gonna let Creton gather some materials. So I hope that once Creton is done, we're gonna get like a boost of around 50 materials, give or take. And now we only have 1 action left. We could create a study, so Tapa would gain more experience points. Yeah, let's do that. I want to speed that up a little bit. So we can make a study. The study is a place to get extra experience points if you need it. And we can shape. There's a new action that we can do here. Shape your character and receive 2 experience points. That's 2 experience points. Now he only needs 4 more. Also, Tapa is still young, which means she gets extra experience points from doing a Sacrament. Which is great because we're going to do one right now. Well, I'm not worried about this one. I even put my highest level characters to do something else. This mission is just a side mission, just a minor mission. And, really cool, if we beat it, we have this major choice over here. Repeatable missions don't have a third choice. These minor missions are repeatable. They don't have a third choice. But they have a pretty good second choice. And 100 rituals, so it's going to be quite nice. So let's do that. 100 offerings. Yes. Lero defending everybody. The good guardian he is. Tei questioning them. Perfect. Lero has no problems with this. Yeah, we're gonna get like a good... It's too bad that they are still getting some hits in. It's gonna hurt us a little bit in our gains, but yeah, Tei is pretty strong. Tei, I think we made a good choice choosing Tei to be our new disciple. And Tapa is now also level up. We can unlock a class. So here's our first problem. We actually wanted Tapa to be a smite sword, but we were way too far of unlocking the smite sword. So we actually have to do something else with Tapa instead. That's okay though. I still need a chieftain, and I still want a chieftain. Can we customize a little bit? Nah, she looks cool. She's cool. We got her. There we go. Now we're going to get those 100 ritual offerings. So, next, this was the plan. Going to get this one. Tei wants to be part of the next Sacrament. That's great. You're going to be part of the next Sacrament. Nox is also has a maddening revelation. Let's put pineapple on a pizza. Maddening. There we go. More share bounty. That's great. Yeah, as you can see, the knowledge bonus is getting bigger, so she's a lot stronger. And now we can choose one of those 2 passive upgrades. Let's go for knowledge. We want those nice, juicy critical hits. And we can choose a new development option. So we could go for community cooking and show off a few of those passives. Or we could go for the patron saint, something that I really like. The establish the patron saint story will happen after a disciple succeeds in 7 sacraments. The disciple will become a patron saint. Somebody is going to make a piece of art of this disciple, and it will permanently upgrade. It will inspire coming generations, and will permanently upgrade coming generations. So we're gonna do that. That's pretty cool. There we go. Will I one day be as good as the old masters? Yes, we'll see. So first, Tapa needs a miracle. Gonna let Tapa. So the chieftain. Important stats are might and charisma. Almost all of her abilities go on might and charisma, as you can see. Not high enough yet, but let's get that charisma going then. So now I'm getting a little bit afraid. Last time I totally got absolutely wrecked by those zealots. So maybe it's a good time to prepare. But if I prepare, I can't permanently upgrade my character. So where do we go with this? I might try to make Nox dream about falling in love. We'll do more damage. And since I know Nox is a nature class, and these are zealots, which are divine classes, I already have like a super effective on them. So I'm gonna do that. But before I do that, I'm gonna upgrade my dreams. I'm gonna unlock morale dreams. Or am I? I also want to educate my younglings, so I get better disciples later. And I still want to have that smite sword. I mean, it's already pretty cool that my characters, Kraton and they have higher might and higher charisma. That's pretty cool. But yeah. I think... No, I'm too afraid of the zealots. I'm unlocking those morale dreams, so now if I dream, let's dream with Kraton instead. Now if I dream, I will have the chance to, instead of using offense, I have defense. I can dream about falling teeth falling out of my mouth, or about doing a test, which increases my defy chance. I could only do one of these, because I don't have enough dream points. But I could use my offerings to get an extra dream point. So I can dream about falling in love and doing a test, which seems like a very stressful dream to get both the boost in damage and the boost in defense, the defy chance that they'll be like, no, talk to the hand. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, Kraton, you go do your dream. Yes, and a nice byproduct of that is that he will become happy because he had a dream, and in the dream he had the vision of Midas the Sheik. That's pretty good. And we still have one action left. We have a lot of offerings, so we could like hard boost somebody, like give Kraton that extra bit of charisma. I think we're gonna do that. Kraton's doing pretty good for us, so let's do a ritual. Now let's get some extra charisma in this guy. Yeah, tell the stories. Exactly. Well, Tapa is also doing the miracle myth. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. So we got this planned out. T is gonna go here, and Kraton is gonna go here. We have some pretty decent chances. Yeah, this is good. No crits yet. But our defense are way better. Kraton is tanking the hits. Yeah, we're gonna win this. Yeah, perfect. Much better than the last time. We leveled up Nox, which is a lot better. We prepared our dreams, so we did more damage. And now look at all these happy folks. Now they know the truth of the golden or beautiful, beautiful religion. And we're gonna pick a development spark. We wanna have more developments. And now we're gonna get these elders. Let's go. go. Tapa told an amazing story of Midas' chic exploit to some satsips. The story was so well told that it came alive in the very stars above the holy site. A spellbound crowd looked up as Midas' chic did many great things in times long past. Tapa, enraptured in telling the tale, kept their eyes closed. Stories are the wellspring of faith. A wondrous miracle myth. That's cool. Tapa's is already pretty strong. It's just new, but it's already doing well for us. And a nice totem rally. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a bit stronger and it will scale a bit harder. So we have 3 options again. We have our traditions. We could do an upgrade. But I'm feeling pretty confident. I think we have a very good chance. I don't think we have to prepare for anything right now. So I'm gonna go full on improving Kraton. Already has some of that. Get a little bit more charisma. Age of Dawn incoming. Just time passing by in the game. I think we could do that again. But now we need 1 more, so we'll go a little bit harder on that. And then we're gonna pick, I think, Tapa to gather some resources. Because we're not gonna use Tapa right now. So let's do this. So this will be a bad matchup if we would go like this. See, the Sacrament odds are impossible. The Weaver, dark type, counters our nature. The ancestral counters our life. But we can switch this around. The life Lyra right over here. That's Lyra's a lot better. And put this one over here. Now we're looking at good odds. I think it's gonna work out pretty fine, and we're gonna get the major bonus over there. Let's go. That's the wall coming out. Effective, going pretty strong. Also pretty strong. They start out with an advantage. They're already quite convinced, or already people convinced about them. We're still a bit behind, but I think we're gonna make it. So Nox actually picked another target because Nox thought that she could do the most, has the most effect on this stubborn elder, which is true because this stubborn elder has 9 moral armor and this one has 8. So it's because it's because of the knowledge that Nox has. Nox is so smart that she might pick a better target. Now it's broken. It's the first time it happens to us. When a character gets broken, they lose 30% of their followers. So there are a few people right here that are like, well, we're gonna switch back. Which is good, because then we can get more stuff. Yeah, we got this. Yeah, come on. That's right. We win. No level ups though, that's too bad. The Sacrament has proved your might over the Elder. The Elder's followers have been converted. Your disciples pray for your judgment on these heathen elders. Generosity, feast and share with them. We're kind, we're forgiven. It's all water under the bridge. And there we go. The elders thought their ways of life were over, as death is the only possibility for losers. Instead, your satsips prepared them a feast, complete with song and laughter. The elders teary-eyed admit they saw the wonder of generosity. Bless each and every one of us. We're actually going to get more crystal skulls now, which gives a little bit more of a leeway. A newly converted elder makes a startling confession. Oh, greatest Midas the Sheik. We know of many other islands of unbelievers. There are many more wicked deities and revered in more blasphemous ways than one can count. To them we shall bring the golden as well. With a holy decree, your disciples prepare great boats to travel to Newfound Shores and spread the golden. Each of your disciples have different opinions on where they must travel first. We're going to choose a new tenet for our religion soon. First, we're going to get our rewards. So we got the big reward. Second, every crystal skull at the end of an island is converted into followers. We had 6 crystal skulls left, which gives us 300 followers. The further you get in the game, the more followers a crystal skull will be worth. So if plus 300 is nice, we actually managed to break the 1,000. We're actually a mystic circle right now instead of just a gathering. That's pretty good. It's not easy to get there. I think it's only the second time I got this far, even though that I lost against the zealots at first. Most of the times I lose a little bit more. So let's set sail. Now we can choose between 2 of the islands. There are more islands, but the game will randomly select 2 islands for you. Those are the places that are available in this world. We can go to Midclan, the Death Island, or Tenochtitlan, the capital island. They have different things going on for them. Lido wants to go to this island because of the rumors concerning cannibals. So there might be cannibals over here. While Nox heard stories about the order of paladins sacrificing humans to empower a sun god. Yeah, we could go to any of those. We can pick, like these one are dark. Dark is weak to life. Something that we have to take in mind. And ancestral is weak to our divine. So maybe we need to convert all these warmongers that should stop sacrificing people and they should start spreading the love, you know, make some art, make art, not war. So maybe that one would be a good one for us. And depending on which one we choose, we'll get a different random reward. There's quite a lot more randomization in the game right now. This one will give us a direct boost of 100 materials, while this one will give us 10 materials per mission. So it will take 10 missions for us to recoup that. I would like to make them stop making war and start making art. There we are, Tenochtitlan, the capital island, a new island for us to go. We can pick a starting mission, either this one, the Gates of the Sun, who has 2 barbarians, or the village war chief, which has 1 stronger, but not super strong. We can handle both. They're both a little bit easier than our last encounter. They have sort of the same rewards. Well, let's go with the war chief. There we go. Now we can choose a tenet. There's a new tenet here as well. Human sacrifice. We can inspect them. There. The knife of human sacrifice. Human sacrifice will unlock the sacrificial temple, which will make one of your characters the master of the ceremony. The master of the ceremony will have a chance to use the bloody heart when one of your disciples uses divine or ancestral abilities. It's perfect for our strategy, but is it really what our religion is about? Being generous, sacrificing people? I mean, the good Midas gives. He is generous, but he also wants you to be generous with your life. So maybe we could go for that. Or we could go for animism, which is a lot more, I don't know, it's cuter, it's nicer. There's a lot more nice things going on there. And we could like exalt the cats or the alpacas. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. Animism sounds more generous. I mean, I could come up with a generous religion that also demands a human sacrifice. And everybody's just nice to each other. There's just one person who gets sacrificed. But yeah, let's go with animism. I agree. Let's go there. Creton prays, oh great Midas Sheik, I feel ready to perform a great miracle. So Creton wants to perform a miracle. Well, we got a lot of materials. This gives us many options. First of all, I want to upgrade my younglings. I got better disciples in the future. And I want an action, an extra action, more divine power. So now I already burned a lot of through my materials, and I still have some left. If I just get with a little bit more, I can unlock the smite sword. That's what I would really like, especially since I will have new disciples coming up soon. So I'm gonna save this game since already almost 8:30. I'm gonna save it like meet us. And now we're gonna take a look at a save game that's already a little bit more ahead. I'm gonna go to my save game of Demon Daddy, of the pit. So this is a religion I'm already further ahead. I already have a pretty cool temple of savagery over here. Some people gather there. Some people bang the drums there, as you can see. I have a sacrificial temple right over here because I chose the sacrifice, human sacrifice tenet. And I choose the savagery road over here. So that's quite a lot going on there. I have a lot more disciples as well, and specifically I have Chim. Chim is an absolute beast. He has 28 might and 28 cunning. He's very, very, very strong. He's also my master of ceremony, master of the sacrifice. He has the bloodied heart ability. Well, this one is much farther ahead. I'm also on an island that's much further ahead. I am already at my 3rd island. This beta version that we're going now, and the up that we're going for will have not 4 different islands. There will be actually 10 different islands, but it will be a sequence of 4 different islands. So you start out at the same island every time. We'll have some randomization, but it's just the starting island. And then you will have the choice between different islands. There are 4 level 1s, there are 3 level 2s, and there is 1 level, no, there are 2 level 3s. There you go. As you progress through the game, you will get parts of mysterious holy artifact. This mysterious holy artifact you'll need to recover 5 from to go to the final island, the island of Quetzalcoatl, and actually show your supremacy over this final big god, which has crazy disciples that go all over the place. So it will be a really big challenge for you to make the right composition and the right strategies to get there. All the while that your characters are starting to, or your village is starting more and more to look like a war village. So I have a little war village over here. There are quite a few people with spears going around there and there, being on guard. There are war banners, and there are spiky things. And of course, my favorite is still this temple of savagery, which looks crazy. Look how angry these people are, talking about death and stuff. So where was I with this game? Well, obviously Morale is not doing so well. Neither is Tay. These characters are also old already too. Akola is 63, which is really old, and Tay is 57, which is also quite old. Morale is getting there, 52. Not that old yet, but also not that young. However, Morale is almost out of faith bombs. I had a really tough time converting the last island. Morale got like a lot of hits, not doing so great. So yeah, what I'm gonna do here is first I'm gonna heal up Morale. I can heal up in 2 ways. I didn't need the garden last game, but now I do. I can do a quick heal, which heals a little, but only costs 1 god action, or I can do like a long big heal. So I'm gonna do that one. Go to the garden and heal up. So that was one of my actions. Second, I need to prepare for this. Something cool that we did on the islands. It's not just elements anymore. The enemies might have very specific sets of passives that will change the game. In this case, I'm gonna fight against this druid. This druid forbids weirdness. If we click on this, you can see it has a special passive, Forbid Witness. Everyone gains weirdness forbidden. All weird abilities are replaced with ashamed, which is a useless clouded ability. Luckily for me, nothing I can do is weird, everything is violent. So for me, this one doesn't change that much, but there might be other ones. So for example, this one, there are 2 divine classes and there is this nature class, but they have a special ability. It is Primal Desire Punished. This is a chastity island. They're chaste. They're the chaste people, and these ones punish my primal desires, and they have a pretty good chance to counter my nature abilities, which makes this so much harder because yeah, I could go for that gamble and put a nature up against like this Dirt Eater or this Dirt Eater. But yeah, if I end up doing a nature ability and these 3 decide like, you can't do that, boy, and they all condemn my nature move, I might lose in 1 turn. So I have to be very careful about that. Second, they're pretty high in power, 16, 16, 15. I have Chim, which is a beast, but the other ones are not that developed yet. I have this Acolyte, which is really promising. It's still young, but has a purple totem, a pretty destined character. Can do 4 miracles instead of the 3 that we saw before, or the 2 that we saw with our starting characters. So yeah, I'm gonna take Kim with me to take off this druid, and I'll bring Sako, which is a Beastmaster, a nature class, to take off this Smite Sword, and then I would need a life class to deal with this Weaver, which is a dark class, but I don't have one. I'm playing war. Life, not really my thing. I'm all about darkness, ancestral, and wild nature, kind of savagery. So sadly, I will have to put something else up there. Maybe it's a chance for a Chipaktli, our new guy, to shine. So probably is not what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna prepare him because yeah, he might get knocked out. I have the same dreams as I got in the last game, so I had like the falling in love and the giantism, and I can choose to do a test or dream about falling teeth and dream about teeth falling out. There we go. So he has dreams. Tay also needs healing, so let's do that as well. You go, boy. And finally, I have 2 slots open to do some long-term investment. I'm not gonna take Koskalo with me, and I'm not gonna take Akola with me. Akola is really, really, really old, so I'm not gonna do much with him or her. Does she even look old? Yeah, she's like gray hair. It's not gonna take long for her. So I'm gonna invest a little bit in Koskatzel. What's his age? 37. She was not my favorite, as you can see. She only had 1 miracle, is already 37. While Sako, who is 29, also already has a miracle, is almost ready for having a next one. Chim, on the other hand, 44, totally full. 28 might, 28 cunning, doing really well. So I'm gonna invest a little bit in Koskatzel. Yeah, she needs it. Oh, maybe I have an upgrade for the study Old Prophets, 150. I don't have that yet. It's too bad. So I'll just do a ritual. I don't have offerings to spend, so I'll just go for some might, and I'm gonna get this guy some XP on the shape. Oh, I don't have that. I can't do that. That is too bad. In that case, I'm gonna finish that one. There you go. Let's go. Let's do this. So we want Kim to go over there. We want Sako to go over there, and we want Chipaktli to show who's boss. I have way too many buffs right now. It's a bit of a bug. So this Dirt Eater is forbidding weirdness right now, but that's okay. We don't have any weird abilities. As you can see, I'm doing quite a lot of damage. I'm playing War, but the bar is not advancing as much. It's because people don't like seeing all that war going on. So probably my victory condition is a little bit different. It's like this. That's much better. There goes another one. We're doing fine. Nah, you don't need to yell, Chupak. You're gonna punch something. Okay, we still won by converting them. Because Chipakli was doing some conversion and Chim also did some conversion. But we could also won by just kicking their butts. If they're all down, they can't win, right? So there is Chipakli, our new talent, which would be an amazing smite sword. So that's exactly what she's gonna do. There you go. Yeah, Demon Daddy, that's what he's called. So here's one of the options of the rewards I get, is that all classes get +2 knowledge. That's pretty cool. Even though I'm playing a war religion, I could probably maybe do a little bit more with the materials, but having the knowledge, you know, power goes up, it makes them better at gathering materials. It will do, it will make them more likely to target better opponents, and it will have, even because like the smartness of the two teams even out. So if they are way smarter than me, then they will target the right targets, even though I put them differently. They will just go like, yeah, I see the trick that you're trying to do. So it's also a way for me to defend myself against yeah, getting my butt handed to me. And it's just nice to have this permanent upgrade. It's just nice. I like having permanent upgrades. I can only do it because I have so many crystal skulls. Else I would have to go for that 150 materials. And you can see my ranking, I'm way further ahead. We were at the Mystic Circle, but I'm getting close to becoming a cult. So let's go for that knowledge. And I can pick another destined mission. It's gonna be a bit scary, I'm gonna be honest. Like that counter nature. That's not great. I mean, I have two pretty strong Beastmasters who would be the right one to go up against this. Let's take our time. Let's do one of this one. Let's go for the Foreign Preachers. Let's not take it. Okay. Their bones have been growing old, but today Akola finally slept her eternal sleep. Their service and eternal devotion to the pit will be long remembered by all. Oh! We're losing 2 disciples. Tei, my old smite sword, also has gone. Well, now I'm stuck with less disciples, but in 2 turns I will get a new one. Let's do a miracle. Right. So these are the Holy Raid miracles. You saw the miracles that each improve its stat. Well, each commandment has a temple, and the temple has its own very special, specific set of miracles. In this case, the Savagery side has the Holy Raid miracle and the alternative Holy Raid miracle. They're both Holy Raids, but they have a different story and a different effect. This miracle levels up Might and Cunning by quite a lot, like +4. And this one upgrades 4 stats by +2. There's a big boost in power as well. I could choose one of those if I just had the offerings, but I don't have the offerings because I have become so greedy with my economy. And that's because I chose in war to take war captives. And basically it's just taking thralls. And you have a chance that they either work for you and get our offerings, or you have a chance that they start an uprising and they take your offerings and they also damage one of your disciples. And lately, the thralls are not been listening to me very well, so I was playing a bit on the edge there. Anyway, I could also go for this prayer miracle, but that will heighten devotion, and it's not something that I really want that much. Then again, it doesn't hurt either. I'll just do that. Amorali is old. She has no time for raiding. And Chipaktli, he's also going to do that devotion miracle. And now that I have 420 materials, I can get one of the more expensive upgrades. Like getting a higher passive income. Or I could upgrade that prayer miracle I was talking about just now. Although it's a very mental upgrade for my war religion, it's not that interesting for me right now. Could also get a new class. I was thinking about getting a Harbinger for a very long time. I don't know yet. I don't know. I'll buy this one. This one is just a small little thing, and I'll wait with getting more materials for something else later. Still have 3 actions left. I don't have that many offerings, so it's not something I can boost really fast, but Sacco is a bit in the danger zone. So I'm gonna do some quick healing over there. That's nice. That's nice. That's really nice. That's so nice that I'm gonna cancel Chipaktli's miracle. And I'm gonna make her do... Oh, that's a bug. Oh, too bad. Too bad. It's a bug that the thralls don't give me the offerings. Something that I need to fix. And with the last one, let's see. So Chim is very, very strong and is almost leveling up his devotion. So I'm gonna do that. Now he has a +1 devotion, which is great. Okay, let's do this. Suckle right over there. This should be easy for us. Yeah, we're blessed. We're blessed. It's also time for me to take in some questions. If people have some questions they would like to ask, ask away. We're getting into the last bit of this stream. I hope you've seen quite a lot of fun stuff going on. There's quite a lot of few new options that you can do, and there's a lot more tactics going on. I've been enjoying playing it a lot, actually. Still a lot of things that we want to do. Yeah, come on. That guy has like 1 HP or something. He has 0, yet he's still alive. He's really clinging on his thing. Yeah, we got this. Great. Great, 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 great. Now we got a lot of offerings. Destined mission, let's just pick this one because I'm gonna answer some questions. Ooh, everybody can do a miracle. He is a miracle for Morali. So Morali can get more crits or a higher evasion. I'm gonna go for higher evasion. Rejoice. Challenge Heresy, which is a pretty defensive move. It makes the Smite Sword jump in front of morale attacks a little bit more. So getting in some to give you a little bit of a view of what we're doing. So what we have been doing the last 3 months is mostly getting a lot of the base of the game right. You've seen this improvement that we're doing right here. It has made the game so much easier to play, so much faster as well. We have been adding some stories, some miracles that are very commandment specific. So the war raid is something that you already might have seen before, but there are new ones. There are miracles in war. There are miracles that are about keeping secrets. Every commandment has its own miracle set. We've been adding generosity, we've been adding more content, we have made all these new islands, all these new places to go with very specific and special passives, and that change the rule of the game. There is, for example, a philosophy faculty in the Island of Peace, the Island of Debate, and the whole idea there, you're up against some pretty strong opponents, but they will give you the chance to retort with your own argument. Which means that all your characters suddenly can counter speech attacks with their own speech ability, depending on their knowledge. So all of a sudden, the knowledge of your warriors might become very useful when they're giving retorts on the faculty of philosophy. We're doing a lot of this kind of special content. We have been fixing a lot of bugs that we encountered. We tried to make the game a lot more smooth. Like a problem that we had, it was that people had a hard time finding out that there were upgrades available and where the buildings were situated, that they were playing right over here, for example, and they forgot, like, oh, I forgot, I totally have like a farm over here and I could have upgraded strength so many times and that kind of stuff. Some people were saying the game was too hard and other people found it too easy. We made this crystal skull mechanic to give you a little bit more of leeway. In general, the chance that you run out of crystal skull and actually game over is a lot smaller. But then again, there is a much bigger reward if you play it as perfect as possible. You'll get more followers, you'll get more upgrades. You might get like like the trainers that I talked about before. That's what we have been doing. What we want to do, as we are going to the 1.0 release in the early access, is add more content. I think that's just one of the most important things. I'm first gonna answer some questions. What do you mean more leeway? It just makes you rush through the game and get crushed or get no rewards. Well, actually, the gold rewards are not necessarily better than the silver rewards. So you are, and there's this intrinsic motivation, of course, getting like this gold reward just feels better. The point that we want to get you as a player is that we don't want you to, and that happened a lot in the previous builds, is that you just go do like some repeatable missions and become play safe. And then when you are low on crystal skulls, that's when you start to notice like, oh, I got to need to move on, and then you move on, and then you win everything. So there is this like, you just do some boring sacraments because you're way too strong, and then you don't get forward, which made it hard for me to balance the game in a certain kind of way, because I had to balance on both people that like to take a risk and the people that liked to stay behind a bit more. But the game was definitely in the favor of the people that tried to stay behind. So what did I do in response? I made the game harder. Didn't work out exactly like I wanted. So instead, now you'll have like some cool extra rewards that you can get on gold. But you can get most of those cool extra rewards, a lot of them, you can also get in silver. Sometimes you even see that silver, I picked silver a few times, I don't know if you noticed, but for example, oh, I really want to have some offerings or some materials to go forward, or I can get death sparks later on in the game on silver as well, or I can get experience points in silver as well, depending on what I want to do. You probably like we want you to be on the edge. The game is the most exciting when you don't know 100% sure if you're gonna win. Well, for me at least. For you as a player, you might play more safe. You might go for like, okay, I'm gonna train as far as I can, and then I'm gonna do that gold skull reward. But if you miss out on gold, that's fine. I'm probably gonna miss out on gold on this map I'm right now, right? Because I want to do this one and then I want to do that one. I'm gonna miss out on a gold one on that one for sure. That's okay. The silver reward is really good as well. The bronze reward is not that good. You don't want to end up in bronze. Bronze is really like, you should have done better. Also, there are ways for you to upgrade the amount of crystal skulls you get. If I go to my development tree, and I go to Violent Sacrament, actually increases my amount of crystal skulls with 2. You have choices to go for more golden rewards. Same goes here. I go for Purge the Weak, it also increases my amount of crystal skulls by 2. So it's for you a way to get more leeway. And aside of that, if I save this game right now, put it on Demon Daddy, and I close to the main menu, and I start out a new game, I can pick normal or easy depending on what you like to play. I'll pick easy just to show the difference, and just go for this all-knowing, the doctrine followers kind of spooky dude. Just big lust this time. So if you play on easy, you have way more crystal skulls, so the chance for you to get gold is like almost guaranteed. If you really want to go for all gold, you can play normal, which doesn't change the game that much, except for you getting more crystal skulls, making the pressure a bit lower. But again, in general, the game is actually a lot easier to complete right now than it was before, since getting a silver is not problematic at all. You just get a little bit less followers, so for your high score, it matters. And some things go a little bit slower. Like I get development spark for every encounter that I win anyway. But I get an extra development spark. Yeah, that's maybe 1 out of the 20, you know, maybe 2 or 3 out of the 20 when the game is completed. Who knows? It's not that big of a deal. But for me, I'm always pumped to try to get this gold one. We want to push you a little bit. We want you to push a little bit and see, like, can I, for example, get a preparation to defeat it right now? Really be a little bit more on the edge. So let's go back to Demon Daddy. When are we gonna test this patch as a beta? I'm gonna look back at Manuel. When can we test it? You know already?
Nope. You cannot test it now, at least.
You cannot.
I think later this week we can.
Yeah, we were hoping to do it today or tomorrow. We just had some billing issues, but we're gonna test it as soon as possible. So it's gonna be pretty quick. Let's see if there are more questions. What do you prefer, generosity or greed? Well, we're not done with greed yet, so it's a bit hard to answer. I like where we're going with both. I like the art side of generosity. I think that's pretty cool. I think it's cool that you can spend materials to make like a statue of yourself and that kind of stuff. And that will inspire new generations and stuff that I like. And I would like to end with talking a bit about the future. So first, this patch is going to come out pretty soon. I'm very happy with it. The game has advanced a lot. It has become, for me, a lot more fun to play with a lot of new options, a lot of new strategies. But I want to go a bit further there as well. So after this patch, we will continue developing. Of course, it's not out of early access yet. And a few things are on a list for sure. Most importantly, stuff like achievements and finishing of the content. There's going to be greed. There's going to be the Kickstarter content. There's going to be more islands. I think about like almost the double amount of islands that we're going to do than we're doing for this patch. Hopefully there's going to be more content. We still want your input on what kind of content you want the most. We're thinking about maybe new classes, maybe a tenet, that kind of stuff. But we also have other ideas, and we would love to hear your opinion on that. One of the most important things that we would really love to do that we didn't find the space to do yet, but we finally think we found it, is to make a little bit more liveliness in your city, right? Like it's so cute to watch what's going on here, and we would love to have that a little bit more of a consequence. You know, you pick human sacrifice, and then oh no, the human sacrifice ran away, and everybody's sad, and you might get a little story that tells about what's going on, and everybody loses a little bit of faith because oh no, the human sacrifice ran away, and what a terrible day for us. But also a little bit more animations. Who know? You know, like there's a human sacrifice. There's already an animation for human sacrifice. That if I send somebody to sacrifice somebody, actually, a villager goes on here, and then he gets like, and then he dies. We love that kind of stuff. We would like to do more with that kind of stuff, and it doesn't have to be like gameplay heavy. We think like the loop is in a very good place. I mean, it could be more strategic every here and there. But it's really clear what the game is about, and it's quite fun playing this kind of game. If you like this kind of game, it's in a good place. So we're thinking about visuals, we're thinking about some consequences, some stories, some things depending on what kind of developments you chose. Like, did you choose blood bonds? There might be a story between Sako and Chipakli that they're forming a bond with each other, and now both of them get like strength from each other or something like that, or when they're together in a team, they just become a little bit stronger. Nothing too big, you know, nothing like oh, you have to learn this whole new mechanic and everything is different and that kind of stuff. We're done with that right now. But just the details. And another thing that we like to do to add a little bit more strategy, or something that we are considering at least, is the game can, especially when you're playing longer, become a little bit overwhelming because there's so many things that matter. Like, oh, I have Chipakli here who has a high devotion, a high mind, also has a high knowledge, means she can target characters really well. And what kind of passives does she have? Oh, she has Cleanse in the Sun because she has the Yulub the Star Otter background, which means like deal high life damage on the last turn. There's a lot of things going on, and we're trying to think of a way to make that a little bit more clear cut. You start a new game and you know this is gonna be the game about zealots or something like that. I had that in our first game a little bit, like I told you, like, oh, I'm gonna have these zealots that are gonna crit a lot. I'd like to do a little bit more with that. Make some more clear strategies. Take a peek at games like Slay the Spire or Renowned Explorers for that matter, to see if we can get more of that in. Something that definitely gonna do is achievements. It's something that we really want to do. Achievements, the Kickstarter content, and we would love to hear your opinion on that kind of stuff. What's the stuff that gets you excited? What's something that you'd like to see more of? We have some fun ideas for the ritual. Now the ritual is just something pretty dry, you know, like do a ritual at the prayer side. But we're thinking about something like create your own ritual. So instead of having these rituals that are given by the buildings that you make, you actually can create your own ritual and also choose the amount of like shards it will give. Instead of having the farmlands always give might, you can make like this ritual that is like, say, sacrifice babies, you know. You could like pick something that's really warlike, pick a sacrifice and pick like sacrifice war captives or something like that, and you can customize it. So like, yeah, but this one gives like 2 strength shards, but I can upgrade it and it will also give devotion shards because you need devotion to sacrifice the war captives. That's something that sounds fun to us, to make it just a little bit more, you know, attention to detail and that kind of stuff. Something I really like to do. We love to hear what you think is most important. In the end, we have limited time to do something, but we're really trying to get everything out of this game that's in there. We're getting really excited on working on it, and there's a lot of things that are going on. And I'm really excited with this update as well. I think the amount of hours you can play is increased quite a bit. Let's see, are there more? Still waiting for the option to have your deity's ear to not be covered by headwear. Will it be seen option that in the future? That's a good point. I think that's definitely something that we could do. So are you talking about, see this new god? Do you mean like having a headgear but having it not covered? So for example, you could like have some hats like a halo or the horns. Yeah, we had a lot of these ones as well, or no helmet at all, that kind of stuff. What do we have here? Yeah, we added a few new options, so it might be that you already have a few options that are more to your liking right now. So the horns, the mohawk, this spiky thing. You have a few new options. We added a few Kickstarter content gods in there that are a bit different than the others, like this one. It's a Kickstarter god. So I think there are a few options right now, but if you would like to see more, just let us know, and then we can see what's going on there. Let's see, are there more questions? Are there more questions? I don't think I'm seeing any more. Are there still mixed religions? Right now, no. We found out that it worked really badly with the more expressive part of the game. We're trying to pull out the things that we really liked about mixed things. So the tenets obviously are still there, and we can still mix those. The classes will be more easily unlocked. And maybe if the game becomes long enough, we actually might go back to mixed religions. You could go like peace, chastity, that kind of stuff. It depends on how heavy they are going to be, and how nitty gritty. So it's something that's on the fence. We can go both ways. It's still possible from a code perspective. Just trying to see if it's the best thing from a design perspective. Do you plan on adding elements like storm, art, music, and fire, so no more lust war goddesses? Oh, right. So elemental commandments. Is that correct? Is that what you're saying? Or like a storm commandment? Like we have an art part in generosity right now. So yeah, there are a few things that we like to have in tenets. So for example, a tenet that I would like to make if I would have the time is stuff like democracy. Like democracy, you can add like a democratic war thing. Fire, wind, water, earth, music. Yeah, that might be interesting. There's one thing I'm kind of afraid of with that, is that I can't say fire without adding a lot of actual visual fire, I'm afraid. I mean, that's really cool, but it might be out of our time frame. It might be something that I mean, in the end, I'm just a designer and I don't have like a pencil or something to make that. It's quite expensive to make that. It's definitely something that I would find cool, but it's also definitely something that I would have to be a little bit careful about. Some things are easier. Music is pretty cool. We still have some music that we could use there. The moon and the sun could be pretty cool. I just also have to find like the right upgrades for it, right? So the development tree, while being pretty cool, it is also asks a lot of like tweaking. I will have to find like the right upgrades for that, but it will be cool. I like the synergy created by mixing them. Yeah, I like that too. But I'm just not sure if that's the best place to do it. It might be the best place to do it. And there's still something cool about like a war chase religion. Just think it's funny. All these chase barbarians. I was like, oh no, cover yourself as I'm killing you with blood. So that was the stream. We're done now. Like it's already ended for like 2 minutes actually. Thanks a lot for watching. I we're happy to hear your feedback and happy to hear what you're excited about, happy to hear what you're not excited about as well. Please let us know on any of our forums, and thanks a lot for watching. So I'm gonna say goodbye to you guys right now. Goodbye.